All right, the last test that I want to go over is the dynamic intra-abdominal pressure test. And it's pretty simple to perform, but difficult to execute in terms of the athlete. Yeah, good luck. So what we're testing here is the athlete's ability to maintain sufficient intra-abdominal pressure as we make the body move and as we require more stability to the spine and the trunk. So it's pretty simple. You're going to start them on their back with their feet flat and their knees bent roughly 90 degrees. I usually will pull the heels in a little bit closer. And what we're going to do, and this is the first part of the test, is we're going to see, can the athlete actually push their belly out into my hand here to the sides? We don't care if they can push their belly forward because almost anybody can do that. We care is, can they actually activate to the sides and then posteriorly pushing the back down into the table. So the first part of the test is assessing, can they do that? So I'm going to have Drew just push his belly out into my hand here and assess that. And I want to look, does the sternum come down? Does he have to extend his head a lot? Does it take a lot of force and a lot of effort to do that? If the answer is yes, it takes a lot of effort, or that he can't push out to the side, that's actually a failed test right away, because we know that he does not use his diaphragm or his abdominal wall in the stabilizing process, so that's a failed test. Let's just assume that he can do this, and what we're going to do is we're going to get him in the starting position for the actual dynamic part of the test. And what that's going to be is he's going to push into his abdominal wall here. I'm going to have my hand actually underneath his low back, and he's going to try to crush my hand between his spine and the table with intra-abdominal pressure. He's not going to use his feet. He's going to breathe and brace into his abdomen, squeezing my hand here. So in this position, he's got his sternum down. He's got pressure here. That's the next part. Can he actually do this with the correct pattern? We need pressure out to the sides and to the back. Go ahead and relax. So the answer is yes. He can brace into the abdominal wall with the sternum in what's called a caudal position, pressing his back into my hand here. Now the dynamic part is going to be this. He's going to breathe into here. He's going to pull the ribs down, drive his back into my hand, and now we're going to have him try to bring this leg up and hold right there, and then lower it back down. The whole time I'm assessing, can he keep his back pressing into my hand here? At any point, if he loses contact with his spine into my hand, that's a failed test. So let's have you reset again, and we'll go through both legs this time. So go ahead and breathe into here, and now pull the ribs down, squeeze that back into my hand. Let's lift this leg up right here. Good. And then lower it back down. Keep the pressure and bring the other leg up. And then lower it back down. Good, good, good. Now go ahead and relax. So you're going to test both sides, and with him, he has a tougher time lifting this leg up and maintaining the pressure. So you're going to look for asymmetry as we always do in functional testing, but let's assume that it's a full pass. We're going to have him set up again, only now we're going to have him bring both legs up at the same time, which is a lot harder. So go ahead and breathe into here, hold that pressure, pull the ribs down, and now try to control, bring both legs up. You're going to bring both legs up into this 3-month developmental position. Shins are parallel, knees are at 90 degrees, hips are at 90 degrees, and most importantly, through the process of lifting it up, he was able to keep his back squeezing into my hands. So go ahead and relax. Now the last part of the test is we're going to have him again reset, squeeze my hand between his spine and the table, and once he's got both legs up, he's going to try to maintain sufficient intra-abdominal pressure to stabilize his spine and his pelvis as he straightens his legs out and brings them slowly to the table, keeping his shins parallel to the floor the whole time. This is very difficult, and yes, almost everyone fails this, but the answer is yes, almost everyone uses that extension compression strategy that we've talked about. So we'll have him reset again here, so breathe in, pull those ribs down, keep that pressure on my back, pull both of these legs up, hold right there, keep the pressure here, and slowly lower both legs down. Down, 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 all the way down, and then relax. Good. Now if you watch the video again, you'll actually see that he kicks into extension to stabilize here because we need to get him a little bit better holding this pressure. Now, it's a very, very difficult test, and you're going to find that most people are probably going to fail with one or the other legs, and very few people are going to be able to bring both legs up, and even fewer are going to be able to straighten them out and lower them back down. But it's going to cover a wide spectrum, the full spectrum of ability to generate intra-abdominal pressure both statically and dynamically. So it's a great test to assess where your athletes are at in terms of their ability to do this, and then you can use that as a metric for their improvement in their ability to actually stabilize correctly. So check this out. It's a very, very difficult test. Give it a try yourself. It's not easy for sure. Hard, isn't it?